Hi, my name is Nick Berlin. I'm going to show you how to put together this DeWalt table saw on Berlin Builds.
Getting started, you're really just getting all the different pieces out of the box. So I like to pull everything out, see what's there, start to separate it, unwrap it, and look for the owner's manual. Next, you want to take off the throat plate, and then I like to raise the blade up a little bit higher. And what I'm trying to do here is make sure that the blade is securely fastened to the saw, just making sure everything's nice and tight. So I took the 2 wrenches that came with it and then just tightened it to make sure that it was tight. Then I grabbed my level just to use as a reference to see how flush the throat plate was with the rest of the bed. And that wasn't working too well, so I switched over to a straight piece of wood, and you can see how it's rocking back and forth. There's 4 different screws that you can use to adjust the height of that throat plate. So all I did was I kept playing around with it until I got nice and flat. So here's putting the fence on. So there's 2 little hooks that slide onto 2 pins to get the fence to sit on the table saw. And here's something that's kind of embarrassing is once I had that fence on, I couldn't figure out how to make it move. So I was trying to figure it out forever and ever. Ended up having to go inside where it's warmer and go to the owner's manual. And this is me realizing how stupid I was.
Alright, so here is what I was missing. See how we're moving nice and easy now? There's a locking lever located right here. So that's how you lock the fence. You push on that. I don't know if you can see that really good. Right here. This locking lever. So that unlocks it. So that way your fence can move. Nice and easy. And then pushing it in engages it and locks it. It's quite the effective lock.
Once I had that rolling, I wanted to make sure that the saw blade was actually at a 90-degree angle when it was set to a 90-degree angle. So I grabbed my square and I just checked, sliding down that blade to make sure that everything was as it should be. At that point, the table saw was set up as far as I was going to be able to get it without the stand. So I started opening up the box and finding out what all the different pieces were that came for the stand, find an owner's manual, just kind of getting myself acquainted with what I was rolling into next. Here's a layout of all the different things that I found inside that box. I grabbed the 2 leg sections and slid them together, and there's a little packet of screws that come with it that are labeled for the legs, and I just used a little Allen wrench that came with it. They also included an actual wrench, but I just grabbed my own wrenches and sockets.
Alright, so this is how that wheel shaft goes on. You're gonna run.
I lost the video footage of actually putting this on, but this is the axle, in essence, for the wheels. You can see I put the washers on. I was just pointing to them a second ago, but you do not want those washers on. The washers actually go onto the wheels, as you can see, that little washer, it goes there. So I actually had to take the axle off and redo it. So just don't make the same mistake that I made. Use the washers for the wheels. So they go on really simply, and once you had those wheels on, you've got to put the little kickstand on. So you've got 4 screws that go on the back. Nothing too crazy about it. This is me tightening them down. It was everything that they had was a 13mm socket, just in case you're wondering. The next step was putting the actual handle on. There's 2 little plastic clips that come with it. So I got those clips into place, ran a couple of the screws through, and just left it loose until I could start tightening everything down. Once that's done, you're ready to put the 2 main bodies together. So I took my table saw, put it down on something soft, face down, and grabbed the stand and tried to position it on there. It was a little tricky. But once you do get it on, there's a little packet of screws that come with it, and all you do is you tighten those down. Once we had the two main pieces together, it was time to flip the table saw right side up. It's kind of heavy, it's about 90 pounds, so be careful, don't hurt yourself. And don't hurt the saw, that's probably the most important thing. This is just getting prepared to fire the saw up, so unwinding the power cord, getting it plugged in, putting the fence back on, making sure the fence was, just kind of double checking to make sure the fence was square to the face of the table. And what I did is I grabbed a little scrap piece of wood that I could use to do some test cuts and make sure the fence was accurate. So, turn up the saw, I just locked it in place and then made a cut, and then I took a measurement to see what it was compared to what the fence read it was. There's two little screws that you can use to make adjustments to slide it over, and what I did is I just adjusted the fence to read exactly what it cut. All in all, it took me about 2 hours and 45 minutes to put the entire saw together. Granted, I made some mistakes that took some time and I had to fix those. Hopefully, with you watching the video, you won't make the same mistakes that I made, so that way you'll be able to cut your time down. Also, I was setting up my phone so that way I could record the different things that I was doing, and I had to make a little stand for my phone because leaning it up against the sledgehammer didn't sound like it was the best idea to keep doing. I bought this saw on sale from Lowe's for $499. Normally, I believe they sell for $599. You can also buy it at Amazon. There's a link in the description below if you're interested in doing that. Good luck to you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my first one, so please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you.